This is the Roland KTV Sport News. Catch all form.
Welcome to Roland K News Sports channel. With me, Demba Mohamed Kamara, serving as your presenter. Please don't forget to like, share and comment on our YouTube channel, Roland KTV, and on our website, www.rolandknews.com. In today's edition, we will be looking at the just concluded African Cup of Nations. What are some of the surprising things that happened? And we will also be looking at the magnificent performance of the referee, who is being considered as a non-VAR ref. And again, what will be the fate of Abubakar of Cameroon, now being age 30? With me in the studio, I have a colleague of mine from the same university, that which is University of Makeni, John Albert Ensa Masakoi.
Good day, viewers, viewing our normal program, our normal sports TV show. I am John Alex Ensa Masakoi from the University of Makeni.
Welcome, John Albert Ensa Masakoi, who we normally call Professor Masakoi from the Mascom department. I'm glad to have you in the studio. Alright, John, I do believe you have watched this African Cup of Nations since the group stage. Now we have seen it has just been concluded. But again, there are certain things that happen in this particular Nations Cup which I think serve as a surprising thing to us. One of them, if I can say, is the likes of Algeria, who people consider to be the defending champions, go with 1 point and a 1 goal. What would be your take on that particular side of the story?
Actually, as regards Algeria, who has been the defending champions in this particular African Cup of Nations before and now, I think we do not get a lot of what we are expecting from Algeria being the champions of this particular competition. To be a champion, Real African Cup of Nations, expectations of their citizens, and so we saw them going out, being kicked out of the African Cup of Nations, narrowly like that, going goal and a 1 point. We are in, to my expectation, it was a draw between them and Sierra Leone, darling Leo Stars, which gave Sierra Leone another turn into the African Cup of Nations. But really, to my own surprise and generally as expectations, we didn't get what we were expecting from the Algerian side.
John, we are now in a situation where the World Cup qualifying is around the corner. Now, we are seeing expectations from the fans, the coaches, and also the FA. Now, it's going to be Algeria against Cameroon, and considering the fact that Cameroon are on top of the situation, that on their peak. Now, if they lose to Cameroon, they will not be qualified to the 2023 World Cup. Now, what will be your own take on the fact now they have a poor performance in this Nations Cup? Now, what will be their own preparation to face Cameroon, who the host side of Nations Cup, we are on top of situation in this particular tournament? Now they are going to face them in the qualifications for World Cup.
Demba, actually, as I was saying, sometimes only the strong will survive. In certain jungle, I think only the strong can survive, can push up fight. Actually, if I will take brief comparison between Cameroonian, who made it to the semi-finals of this particular competition, and that of Algeria, who are kicked out of the group stage, I think we are talking of two different coins of the same year. Cameroon, we are coming, they started from the group stage, they made it to the semi-finals, they were kicked off by Egypt. It means a lot. If you take the Algerian side here, they were within the group stage. In fact, even at the end of the day, seeing Leo Stars at least standing on top of situation on their heads, they couldn't make it. And if I look at Cameroon here, they were really tough. It is because of a post penalty, that's why they were kicked out. And they also have galaxies of players here who we saw in the African Cup of Nations. They were on top of situation, the likes of Abubakar, likes of Itoko, it can be all these players were on top of situation, but Algeria, we only think of Mahrez, and as I normally say, we do not talk about one individual when it comes to football. It's a collective responsibility. So if the Algerians as a team didn't give us what we are expecting, I'm sure they will not be able to cross over Cameroon.
Open ceremony of those particular nations in one of the stadiums in Cameroon, we saw a stampede of fans wherein 8 people lost their lives in that particular but again, as time progresses, there is no sign of remorse from the FA in Cameroon, where at least for every games they should have shown that sign of remorse, sign of empathy, wherein the 30-second silence or even a clap for them or mourn for them, but nothing like that absolutely happened. So in that aspect, people were saying that this particular tournament, we saw things that happens which never supposed to happen. What's your take on that side, John?
Actually, I'll start with the preparations, Mr. Demba. If we look at the preparation first, I think forwarding towards this particular tournament, I think I would say the preparations are not tough